Hello and welcome to a new episode how to learn JavaScript from beginner to advanced. Today I would like to learn you about CSS, especially about advanced selectors attributes. Because when you work with JavaScript, you work also with CSS advanced selectors attributes, and you should know how to select using some methods or elements from HTML. I have in my HTML I have more divs. This is my HTML. Also I have an element and a link, and so far till the end of this tutorial I hope you learn you about this advanced selector in CSS. Okay, let's start it. In the right side, do you see here we have these divs from HTML, and we will stylize. Sorry for my English. We give a style to this items, and till the end you will learn how to do this. Okay, firstly I will select all divs who has the data info, all divs who has the data info attributes. No, divs with data info attributes are these divs. Okay, but how to write this in JavaScript? I would like to select all divs who have an attribute data info. Firstly, you put element div. I want to select all divs, okay? And when you select attribute, you should put into between square brackets. You write square brackets, and inside you put just the attribute data info. And like CSS, you open the square bracket, sorry, no square bracket, curly brackets, and I put here some properties: border 2 pixels solid blue, padding and margin. What this do you think will be changed, will be modified? Let's see. All. Not all, sorry, just this 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 6 exact match 6 data info has data info has data info has data info 6 elements. This means I want to take all divs who have a data info attribute. This is the first CSS selector who select all element who have a data info attribute. Let me to put here a comment in CSS: elements that have a data info attributes. I select all elements with data info attributes. Okay, but now I would like to select just this, just element, just div who start with the word start. Okay, let's see. I want to select from this all element with data info attribute, and value from this data info should to begin with word start. Let's check. I have all first condition is okay because I have here all data info attributes, and the value I would like to begin with start. I have this div and just this div, no, start here, starts with start, this. Okay, but how can to write? I would like to select a div who have a data info attribute, and his value of data info start with word start and begin with start. Okay, let's see gradually. I want to select a div or element. I put div. I want to select a div. I want to select a div with attribute data info. Okay, because I have attribute mandatory, I put square bracket. Data info, no. I would like to take a div with attribute data info, and the value of this data info I want to start to begin with word starts. For this we have a sign, this sign that say start. This sign show us that this word start with a value, and the value is a string, and I put this string here. And now I have this element, I have this selector who select all divs, because I have here div who have attribute data info. This all are corresponded, but from this I would like to select just the element with data info who start with this string start, and for this I have just this element because value for data info is start here. Okay, let me to put here a background color light green, and let's see when where appear this light green. Starts with start. Starts with start. It's correct because I have here start here, but if I put here also start 10, let's see what happens. Also appear because my condition is here in selector. I want to select all divs who attribute data info, and this value should to start with the word start. Start here. I put here again start. Do you see? Because have start in front of a word, the strings, these elements are modified, but now I put again initial state. Okay, let me to do a little summary, a brief summary. When you select an attribute, you put these square brackets and element square brackets between element and element div, no, and attribute before square brackets. When you work with it attribute, you put square brackets here. Let me to put a comment, because here here is match with any element where, but I have start. Where is start? I think is here a problem. This is the element, the comment for this element whose data info attribute start with start. Okay, divs with attribute data info who begin with key with string start. Good. Now I want to take any element where one of the class name is exactly test. Just here I have one element, one div with class test. Let's see what happens. What should I write this? I want to take who is the element is class. Now I want to take a class who match with exactly class test. Exactly match is this sign. Where is? Okay, I will take with copy paste because I didn't get it on my keyboard. I have an attribute and it is mandatory to put this. But class is an attribute also and should put between these square brackets. Okay, this is a sign who match exactly equal test. That say I want to take all element who have the class exactly test. Just one class, no more. All element who has one class with name test. And I will put the background orange. I match because test is one of the classes. I match because test is one of the classes. Okay, it's separately this class test. But if I put here one more div and I delete one class, I have just test, what happens? I have to I match because test is the class. Okay. When you use this sign, means that it's distinctly class or distinctly this element. Is not a key or is not a string at the end of at begin of the word. No, it's distinctive. Okay. Now I want to take a div where the data info attribute end with the string end. Attribute ends with the value end. Okay, let's see. I have data info. I have here value end is the second, ends with end, and just this. Okay, this is no. This should to modify from CSS, but how? I want to take again a div. Okay, div. I put div in front is not an attribute, it's an element. Here I put directly in the square brackets because class is an attribute. But here I have an element div, and inside this element I want to looking for an attribute for data info, and this attribute end with the string end. Okay, data info is the attribute, and sign for end is this from PHP or for when we work JavaScript with interpolation. These dollars mean at the end, no, equal keyword end. It's not a keyword, it's a string. We put it between quotes, no? Okay. Okay, let me to make again a little summary. This sign is when the attributes value start with some string. Dollars is attributes end. Here I am looking for all divs who have data info attribute who end with string end a and d. Okay, I will put some blue, aqua background, background color, div data info correct equal end. I haven't. Maybe should put this squad. Let's see. No. Maybe without space. No. Background color green. Okay, 2 seconds. Here is space. Probably from here is no. I have div with data info attribute who end this value with data info and with end, and I have the value is here and the div. Correct, I have a div. Okay, with data info, but I put twice this data. I have a div with attribute data info who end with string end. Data info, background color, data info equal data info and why doesn't work, ends with end. Okay, I didn't have here one quote. Correct. Okay, this is the selector who looking for a div for data info attributes. I put between square brackets I have an attribute who end in string and. Okay, now I would like to take all element who have data info attribute, and these attributes contain letter A. Attribute contain the value anywhere inside it. Okay, let me to put here to analyze this comment. We should to take all divs with data info attribute. Okay, I have here who contain a in the value. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. Doesn't matter where is this letter. This doesn't matter where. Looking for this element in all document is this star. Have a star sign. I looking in div element with data info. I put square brackets because I have attributes, and I looking for in all is a string this, and I put between quotes. Okay, font weight bold, and let's see what happened. Nothing. Why? I have a div data info, and this should be stick on the attribute. No. Okay, equal font weight bold, and also all these brackets should be stick on the element. Yes. Okay, it's font weight bold. Let me to translate this for you. I'm looking all divs who has data info attributes, and the value of this data info attribute has a inside. I have this star here. I have twice a, here again a, here again exact match exactors again. Here I didn't have because I have random. Here again. Here I didn't have data info, but for this, no, I didn't have data info. Okay, good. But if I want to looking for exact class, or I don't know, I have here exact match, the value, exact value. For exact value I proceed in the same way. I looking in the div where data info attributes equal, I don't know, with exact. I have here value is exact. I'm looking strictly for this element, and I put color red. Exact match. Okay. You can looking for an element after extension, because this extension is the end of value, and you can use these dollars, no? For example, for this link, do you see in my PDF, I have a PDF in my HTML, and if I want to take to select this element, it's a good idea to select after I didn't have here an ID, I didn't have data info, nothing, class, and I will select without this PDF. And how can to do this, how can to select this without ID, without data ID. I want to select an A element, I put A, who have attribute ref, I put attribute between square brackets, and this attribute, it's end with .pdf, and I put some property color red and text decoration underline. Okay, and you see here I am underline and also color red. Again, I select element. In my case, element is an A link. I put because I working with selectors, I put the square brackets, and inside I write I want to select a ref who end with .pdf keyword string. In final, I will show you how to take an attribute is exact the value or start with followed by a hyphen. date role. I have here admin. No, this is an attribute date role with value admin, and here I write attribute should to be exact admin or start with admin line. Follow this. Now should work also. And if I put I don't know, this sign probably doesn't work. No, work just with exact admin or this line, because I have here or. That was all for today. These are advanced selected CSS selector. You can select all attribute. You can select attribute who start with a string, who end with a string, who contain inside it a string or a letter. You can select an element who have a who end with extension, and so on. That was all for today. Don't forget to practice in each day. All the best.